You've probably heard the news. The National Aviary has a new baby sloth named Vivien, and she's just as cute as can be. She got her first close-up with the media last week, and now she's here on the show with us today, along with Dr. Pilar Fish, the Director of Veterinary Medicine, and her trainer, Krista Gause. Good morning.
Good morning.
We all just want to squeeze her, but we're not allowed. So she is adorable. How old? How old is she now?
She's about 5 months now. She was born on August 21st.
And she's very sleepy, I can see.
Yes. Sloths are very good at that, though. They do sleep about 18 to 22 hours a day.
You know, I would like to do that as well, but my schedule does not allow me to. Tell us about her health so far.
Yeah, she's in great health, and we do regular physical exams on her, checking her weight and her growth and making sure she's reaching each of the milestones of growth, and she is. She's developing very, very well.
This is exactly where you'd like to see her?
It is. She's about 2.6 pounds, and we actually measure her and make sure she is growing well.
Look how adorable she is. Tell us how she came to be, or her parents at the aviary?
No, we actually got her from another facility, and in the wild, sloths only nurse off of mom for about the first month or so, and then they start to learn to eat on their own, first by eating the pieces that fall on mom, and then of course by about day 20 they're even hanging upside down for the first time on their own and starting to feed off the leaves of trees.
Very interesting. And I thought this was fascinating. I did not know sloths spend most of their life upside down, most of their time upside down.
Yep, 99% of their life they eat upside down, they give birth upside down, everything about them is just upside down.
Even their hair grows upside down. Yeah, everything about them. They live almost their entire lives upside down. Their hair even grows the opposite direction, so that when it rains in the forest, the rain will just kind of drip off of them.
Oh, really? So if you were petting the sloth, you wouldn't pet down like you normally would your dog or your cat.
Her hair is growing upward. Yeah.
Huh. That is fascinating. So what other interesting facts can you tell us about sloths? Because I really had no idea.
Well, I think one of the really interesting things, kind of going back to the whole upside down part of their lifestyle. So the rainforest of South and Central America, where sloths can be found, obviously it's a very wet, humid climate. Yeah. And with the sunlight coming in from the canopy, they actually will grow algae on their fur. Really? And it turns them a little bit more of a greenish tinge in the rainforests, and that helps to camouflage them. So that hair, it comes to a drip point, and that's actually where the moisture collects, and that's where they basically be the most green.
So Vivien is a little sleepy this morning, but do sloths make noise? Do they make any kind of, like a cat meow?
It actually sounds like a little lamb bleating, so she does make that little lamb or goat sound. Yeah.
So even more adorable.
Yes.
And people will be able to meet Vivien soon at the aviary.
Yes, every day at 12:30 she comes out. She's actually being fed about 3 times a day. So for her 12:30 feed, visitors can come and watch her eat, and obviously learn a lot about sloths and the environment that they're found in the wild. And then starting on February 1st, in smaller groups, we're actually giving people the opportunity to do an encounter with her, where they'll get to get nice up close and personal with her, even get the chance to touch her down the back, so you can kind of feel what sloth fur would be like.
So, and tell us about, because before the segment I asked, can I pet her? And you said you're still training her. So what do you have to do in order to get her prepared for these close encounters?
So just like with any animal that we work around, we want to make sure that every experience that they have is really positive. So the first step is just them getting comfortable eating in front of large groups of people, and then eating while she's being touched. Getting them in front of cameras, flash photography, and all of that. So all a part of her training. So it does take a little bit of time, but luckily for us, sloths learn pretty quickly.
Yeah,
and it sounds impressive.
Yeah, it sounds like they're food motivated too.
Yes.
Yeah, they're very motivated, and it gets her very comfortable to be around people. As an animal ambassador, she really is inspiring people to learn more about conservation, education, and when people get up close to an animal like this, it really is a wonderful experience.
And talk about that a little bit more, about the conservation, because we're talking about the rainforest and where they live, where their natural habitat is.
The rainforest is one of many habitats that are being threatened by a variety of different things. Habitat loss, a lot of the bird species are still being illegally collected for the pet trade, so a lot of the species in those areas are rapidly declining, and one of the things that the National Aviary strives to do is kind of let people know exactly what's going on with those habitats and some of the simple things that we can do at home. You know, even something as simple as recycling can actually go a long way to make a difference for all habitats, especially the rainforest. And by being able to get people up close, not just with Vivien here, but our parrots at the National Aviary and the other species, that's really what's going to make that connection to inspire people to care to want to protect them.
And lastly, I have to ask, how did you get the name?
She was named after actress Vivien Leigh, which was a famous actress from the 30s.
Do you guys take a vote? Who gets to finally make the decision, or the final decision?
We had an anonymous donor that really wanted to name her that.
Oh, really? Well, how about that? Okay, well, very nice. Nice to meet you, Vivien. You slept through the whole thing. How about that? Well, starting February 1st, visitors can book a 30-minute private encounter with Vivien, where you can pet her, photograph her. You can go to kdka.com/PTL to find out more about the encounter and learn a little bit more about sloths.